Hello. I was a bit naughty and started to do this stream a few minutes, 5 minutes before scheduled time, but considering I just scheduled it, sure, it's fine. And also I need to go to bed, so we're quickly playing Airport Simulator. No, before I saw it was on Steam demo. Seems my kind of thing, so just to make sure everything's okay. Do we have this camera and do we have this camera? Aha! Excellent. So everything that I set up is good to go. I hope. Hopefully we're not gonna crash. Should we trust it now while we're still ahead of schedule? Nope, we're all good. There's a multiplayer version. I can probably kill you a bit. My mouse is sticking a bit. Yes, the 3 races: white, black, and Asian. Is that Asian as in which part of Asia? Wow. The save.
Welcome to the beautiful Vagar Airport, situated on the Faroe Islands. In this tutorial, you'll learn everything you need to know about the tablet. The tablet is an important part of the gameplay, as it's your primary source of information. It features everything you need to know to be able to perform tasks on the ground.
Tap a tablet.
In the first tab from the left, named Operations, you'll discover and find all data about incoming and outgoing flights you're due to handle. In the Map tab, as the name suggests, there's a map of the airport displaying your current position and all available vehicles and aircraft to be used. And in the final tab named Weather, you'll find all the options available to manipulate weather conditions at your present location.
Maybe to manipulate the weather. Seems a bit OP.
We shall discuss each of these tabs in detail.
Oh god. I have an important text I need to read. Talk amongst yourselves for a while, just while I do this. Sorry about that.
The screen is divided into two columns. The left-hand side acts as a timetable for all flights that are scheduled to take place at the airport on the present day, but divided into arrivals and departures. At the top, there's a button that filters the flights and shows only the ones you're assigned to handle on the day. Each flight is displayed in an ordered grid where all the information you'll need is displayed. Arrival time, flight number, arrival or departure location, and stand number are located on the left. The right-hand side displays a list of tasks you'll have to complete when handling the aircraft. To view the tasks are arranged in the order in which they should be completed. When you complete an action, it will be crossed off, and those which are yet to be performed have empty markers on the left side of each task title. Now we'll head to the Map tab. Whilst at Vagar, you won't need the map too much. However, at larger airports such as Keflavik or Warsaw, it will be a major player in getting to where you need to be. The map features will show you the quickest route to your destination, and in addition, the location of available airport vehicles, aircraft and aircraft stands. Pretty much everything to help you navigate the apron. To navigate the map, use the controls displayed on screen.
This is a very weird way of doing the map, but okay.
To zoom in and out, to rotate, the GPS view is always centered on your position and rotates around it. And finally, the Weather tab. At the top, you'll notice that two different clocks are displayed. The first one, from the left, displays the local time at the airport, and the second one shows UTC time, which is used as a common time zone in aviation. UTC time is calculated relative. Below the clocks, you'll find a slider that allows you to manipulate the time in AirportSim. And under the slider, you'll find a calendar where you can select any date. Try it for yourself and see how the height of the sun changes depending on the time of year. The Live button will automatically set the date, time and weather conditions to what they currently are in your present location. In this instance, the weather data is fetched and based upon the most recent METAR weather data at Vagar Airport. The Apply button is used to apply the selected time in-game. At the very bottom, there are weather presets that you will be able to select to recreate predefined weather conditions. Some selected conditions, such as cloud cover and storm, cannot be manipulated once applied. Using the sliders, you'll be able to change and adjust individual weather conditions. On the left, there is a visualization of the cloud height. The lower line corresponds to the height of the cloud base above sea level. The upper line displays the height of cloud tops above sea level. Adjustments of weather conditions are done in real time and do not need to be applied like time changes. Good job! You've now learned how to use the tablet in AirportSim. In the next tutorial, you'll be on your way to learning the basics of ground handling.
Yeah.
In this tutorial, you will learn how to secure an aircraft in its place at a gate following standard safety procedures. You will do this with the use of chocks to be placed under all the aircraft's wheels and cones to be placed at critical areas around the aircraft, where we do not want curious passengers or unauthorized personnel approaching. As you can see, a plane is approaching the gate. Collect a full set of wheel chocks at the indicated area. The aircraft has arrived at the gate, and its engines and all beacon lights are switched off. You may safely approach the aircraft's front set of wheels. Place a set of chocks under the wheels. To do this, approach and point at the front wheels and press the displayed button to place a set of chocks. Great! I think you've got the hang of it. Repeat the same process for the rear left and right wheel sets. Now head over to the indicated set of cones. To raise them, press the displayed button, click the displayed button to rotate them upwards, and use the displayed button to position them. To throw the object, hold down the displayed button. Just like with the chocks, place the cones in their indicated areas. The order in which you do this doesn't matter.
Why is there so much control over the angle of the cones?
Now, the bypass pin needs to be inserted into its slot on the strut of the front wheels. The purpose of this pin is to prevent the cockpit crew from having any steering control of this wheel, as it can pose a danger to the crew on the ground if moved accidentally. It also allows the ground crew to take control of steering of the aircraft by bypassing the aircraft's pressurized hydraulic systems during a pushback procedure. You'll learn more about this in another tutorial. Now approach the front wheel and firmly insert the bypass pin in its slot indicated by the marker. Congratulations! You have just prepared and secured the aircraft for parking and further servicing. Now, we will present you with the same scenario, but in reverse. You'll need to collect all the previously placed safety articles efficiently and safely. At Vagar Airport, we have a unique situation where an aircraft can leave the stand and taxi without being pushed back onto the taxiway. This means the final step of this process will be taking the bypass pin out of the front gear strut, and the aircraft can go on its way. The aircraft has already been serviced and is waiting for it to be released from the ground crew's hands. Each parking gate or parking stand is identified by a red or white perimeter outline. When the aircraft is in motion and its engines are running, no unnecessary objects, vehicles or personnel should be inside this area. This is due
Pod
to
damage.
the aircraft colliding with a vehicle or unwanted objects being sucked into the engine. If such a situation occurs and the area is not clear, you'll be notified through your in-game tablet. Collect the cones and wheel chocks and place them in safe areas outside the parking stand's perimeter. Finally, head back over to the aircraft, remove the bypass pin and leave the area. training on securing an aircraft when parked at a gate. Now, I'll teach you how to operate a ground power unit, which is known as GPU in aviation jargon. You're probably wondering, what exactly does the GPU do? Besides what its name gives away, let me explain that to you. After landing, the aircraft generates electricity from the engines. But as you may have noticed, the aircraft shuts down its engines faster than we can connect and start the GPU. Shortly after landing, the crew start the Auxiliary Power Unit, or APU for short, which will generate electricity for the aircraft until we, the ground handling crew, connect the GPU to the aircraft, which will power the aircraft more efficiently and at a lower fuel price. During this time, the cockpit crew and ground handling can perform their assigned tasks without a cut in power to the aircraft. Okay, now you need to use the tug parked in the marked area and transport the GPU to the position next to the aircraft. There's already an aircraft parked there, which is scheduled to depart soon. This will give us a chance to show you the complete process of connecting and disconnecting the GPU.
Oh, I survived. Nice. What's the button I can press? This one. I always get like really squeamish, not squeamish, but like my gut, like my stomach turns when I jump off a height in a game.
Before you start, you
Oh my god.
need to connect the GPU to the tow hook of the tug so that you can transport it. It's quite simple. You need to back up the tug so that the hook is close to coupling with the GPU. Then get out of the tug, approach the rear and follow the action displayed on the screen to couple them together. Great! Just remember that you hook and unhook other trailers in the same way. Hop back in the tug and head over to the aircraft as indicated. Now, detach the GPU from the tug and go to the rear side of it, where you'll need to open the hatch revealing the control panel. Now I'll show you the generator startup sequence. You'll operate it using the controls displayed on screen as we go. Toggle the power on button. This will activate the generator battery. Now you'll need to hold down the engine start button for approximately 3 seconds until the engine starts. degrees Celsius. In the meantime, go to the nose of the aircraft and open the hatch where the connector is located. Great. Now on the side of the GPU, there's a slot containing a cable. You need to pick up the cable and plug it into the aircraft's power socket. To pick up the cable, follow the action displayed on screen. Connect the cable to the aircraft's power socket. Perfect. Now go back to the panel and switch the engine setting knob from idle to run. Then press the DC output button to the on position. Now notify the cockpit crew through the communication panel that they can turn off the APU and switch to GPU power. Open this panel using the controls displayed on screen. Navigate to the flight deck option, then APU, and then turn off the APU. Great! Now the aircraft is powered only by the GPU, and the rest of the ground crew and the aircraft crew can continue with their work. Now it's time to teach you how to disconnect an aircraft's ground power prior to departure. Obviously, we can't just unplug the cable and leave the crew without power. When you finish all your other tasks and it's time to disconnect the GPU, you'll need to inform the crew that they can start the APU. We'll teach you how to do that on this aircraft. Head over to the indicated area. Approach the aircraft from the side where the GPU is parked. Your task now is to notify the cockpit crew that they may start the APU. To do this, open the communication panel using the controls displayed on screen. Select Flight Deck, APU, and Start APU. Great! The crew has just started the APU. Go to the back of the aircraft, specifically under its tail, and listen to the APU's startup sequence. If you want to, remove your protective headphones using the displayed button. To check the startup progress, open the tablet and select the aircraft you're currently at. In the task table, you'll find information about the startup progress. Now fully operational. Now go to the panel and switch the DC output to off. Then turn the engine switch from run to idle. Finally, unplug the cable connected to the aircraft and place it back into the GPU. Great! Everything went according to plan. Now you need to return the GPU to the designated location at the parking ramp to complete the tutorial. Congratulations! You've just learned how to operate the GPU after arrival and before departure of an aircraft. See you later.
Uh-oh. What are they doing? I don't know where I plug the GPU in. No, for God's sake, is this where it is? The entire time. Well, I guess that's the that's the game. Yeah, you know what? I will buy the game. Not right now. Up on my watch list. But yeah. I should probably go to bed. I could be up in 5 hours. Goodbye.